Hello, everyone. It's Una from Bella Retreats. This is my first time going live on Instagram, so that's fun. I just want to pop on here today and talk to you a little bit. This is a new series that I'm doing where I'm interviewing our retreat leaders so you can get to know the beautiful, inspiring leaders that we have that are leading our retreats. So I am very excited today to introduce my dear friend and colleague, Isabel Friend. Now, Isabel is a water activist and a water ambassador. And she brings the intersection of science and spirituality as it pertains to water together. So I'm very excited to bring her on today. She's leading a retreat to Mexico in February, and we're going to learn a little bit more about what she does and this upcoming retreat. Isabel on and bring her on board. I just invited her in. Hello, Verbal Roots also just popped on. Hey, everybody who's just joining. Welcome. It's Una from Bella Retreats, and this is Isabel Friend. How are you doing today, darling?
I'm fantastic, Una. Thanks. How are you? How are you surfing these eclipse energies?
Whew, yeah, we stayed up last night and we watched the blood moon eclipse from the beach here in Australia. And it was really beautiful. We were with a bunch of friends, and we did a little 8-minute silent meditation while we were there. It was really beautiful.
Mm.
Um, and I'm tired. A lot of people are feeling this in their bodies, the eclipses. So
It's been a lot of
had,
energy moving through.
it's been a lot of energy. So just sending lots of love out there for everyone to get some good rest these days and not to push too hard right now, just to listen to the body. So tell us what is a water ambassador and a water activist, and what is it that you do exactly? Give us a little more insight into this, please.
Well, in essence, I basically am a student of water, a servant of water, and a steward of water. So I've devoted my life to learning all there is to learn about water, which is impossible. I've been studying water for 13 years and I continuously learn something new every day, and I will until the day that I die because water is an infinite mystery. And she's
Mm,
continuously inviting us into the depths of life itself. Water is life. And what we've been discovering in the scientific inquiries into water over the past few years is completely blowing our understanding of what we thought water to be completely out of the water, so to speak. And it's also echoing what a lot of indigenous wisdom keepers have been saying about water for countless millennia, and what a lot of the mystical and scriptural teachings about water point towards. So, in essence, what the kind of weaving of all of these different paths and traditions and water wisdom teachings is showing us, and what I've devoted my life to as a water ambassador, so to speak, is the fact that water holds the keys to all of humanity's toughest questions. Water holds the answers to biology, hydration, and medicine. Water holds the keys to ecology, climate, and agriculture. Water holds the keys to sociology and economy and politics. And water also holds keys to our own spiritual experience and connection to the source and to the divine.
wow, I love this. This is so beautiful. It's so many layers that you just mentioned there. And we know our bodies, are made up of 90%, 98% water. And it's so fascinating. It's one of the things that I often talk to about people when I talk about astrology and the moon and the tides and the relationship of the planets to the giant body of water of Earth. And therefore, we know the moon affects the tides. We're 98% water. We know that the moon might affect our body, our own body of water. And there's so many pieces of that, and understanding how water is connecting us all through these different realms. That's so beautiful. So
Absolutely. In
this,
fact, we'll have a module almost entirely on that alone at the retreat that's talking about the waters above, the cosmic waters, the heavenly waters, and how different planetary influences actually affect our body waters in various ways, and how actually water is kind of the key. When you understand resonance and epitaxial transference and quantum entanglement of various waters throughout the universe, then you start to understand, wow, these vibrations in the fluid ethers in the cosmos are like intimately tied with our own bio waters in ways that we can actually map and actually track. So we'll be talking a lot about that at the retreat.
I love that. And I love that you bring in both the science and the spirituality. And that really feels like where we're headed these days is that merging point of where the science and the spirituality meet. Um, so that's what somebody could be expecting to learn about on this retreat with you. Is that right?
Is one of the things, yeah, I think we've got what, like 4 or 5 workshops scheduled into the schedule, but we'll be doing all kinds of things. So it's not just like, sitting there and getting your mind blown the whole time. You're actually also getting to swim in these amazing ancient cenotes with super magical water and going to the beach, pristine blue Caribbean beaches, so peaceful and beautiful, and getting underwater aquatic bodywork therapy and doing underwater ecstatic dance practices and having an underwater photo shoot and a fire water experience. And I mean, we have so many things planned. Like it's going to be so good. I'm so excited for
We
people.
have a lot of things planned. It's been so fun actually planning this retreat with you because we've really focused on creating experiences that include water and the sacred water cenotes of the Yucatan. And I feel like that's something that I would love to go a little bit more deeply into for anyone who doesn't know what a cenote is and why they're special and why we sort of chose to focus this retreat around this area because of that. So could you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, cenotes are a very unique phenomenon to this area of the world, and they contain a really special and what the Mayans consider to be a very sacred kind of water that actually is a portal to the underworld, a portal to different realms. And
Mm,
so the history of cenotes is that many, 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 many thousands of years ago, a meteor hit the planet, and then all of the places that the shards of that meteor hit, they opened the ground in these sometimes almost perfectly circular um, holes into the earth that connects to a system of underground rivers. It's like this massively interconnected aquifer under the earth, and
mm,
they're so pristinely beautiful and blue. And there's this, because a lot of the cenotes are also kind of like caves, you almost have the sense of going back into the womb of the earth to experience water in a completely different way. Water is so closely linked with our subconscious, and it really feels like an inward journey when you go into a cenote. You really get to go into yourself as well, and certainly we'll be facilitating that experience with a lot of the ceremonies that we'll be doing at the cenotes at the same time, some kind of baptismal rebirthing. And we also have an amazing Mayan coming to do a ceremony to really honor the land and give thanks and blessings and offerings to the land, to ask permissions for us to be there and interact with the land in this way, and to receive the blessings of the ancestors here.
oh, beautiful. If anyone's ever been to cenotes, they know this. I've been to a number of them, and they're all so uniquely different, which
Mm-hmm.
is what I love. And we're going to take people to a couple different ones on the retreat. But what I love about these cenotes is like when you get there, they're all so uniquely different, but they all have this like gorgeous, magical underground, underworld quality to them where, swimming in them feels like you're in this like Garden of Eden, like elixir of life, like type of a place. They have this kind of just incredible magical quality to them.
Yeah, they're super unique. I'm really excited to bring people here.
Yeah, gorgeous. So that's one of the main pieces of this upcoming retreat. And just want to share a few details about that. We do have this retreat organized for this upcoming February, February 3rd through the 8th. So it's a 5 night, 6 day experience. And yeah, just what else besides our cenote experience? We've talked quite a few things about that. Um, what else are you going to be sharing with people in the elements, the elemental water pieces?
There's a lot. We've got hydrotherapy. So we're going to have an ice bath and temescal. And a temescal is like a traditional Mayan version of a sauna kind of. It's a sweat lodge. It's a ceremonial experience of sweating and praying and singing. So we'll do that the evening that we do the ice bath in the morning. We also have
Mm.
yoga and meditation every day. We have super yummy food. And I'm also really excited to share with people Janzu, which is an underwater form of body work. And in my experience, it's been one of the most profound healing methods that I've personally experienced. And I've done pretty
Mm.
much every form of like body work and alternative healing and that kind of thing that there is. So Janzu is a really, really
Underwater body work. Say more about that. I'm not sure. I want to hear exactly what that means.
yeah, so it's kind of similar to Watsu or dolphin dance or water flow or these other kinds of massage
Mm.
practices where it's actually the water itself and the movement of the water that is massaging you. And a lot of people liken it to a rebirth experience because it does completely reset the entire autonomic nervous system. And you
Mm.
can emerge from one of these experiences having really reprogrammed your psyche on a very somatic level because it's
Mm.
almost like going back into the womb when you're immersed in the water and you're just feeling the flow of this gentle rhythmic rocking. And you're also being manipulated by the practitioner, like stretched and massaged. And it's just it's such a deep state of peace and surrender and connection with the water. There are moments when you feel like you don't even know where your body ends and the water begins.
Mm. That sounds so yummy and delightful and
It's going to
delicious.
be good.
And yeah, sort of the perfect way to integrate these water teachings and the water experiences that we have planned, like this kind of way to merge, again, this the science and the spiritual, or the information and the experience.
Totally.
What?
And I want to give a huge shout out to all of the amazing facilitators that we are bringing on board for this experience who are making all of this possible. I'm so grateful and honored to be partnering with so many amazing people who are really masters at what they do. So, my dear water sister Marseille will be coming to teach yoga, and she will also be doing the Janzu body work for people, and she'll also be facilitating the ice bath experience. I believe she's trained in the Wim Hof method or a similar method, and she's an amazing practitioner. We'll also have Diana Bolaños, who will be pouring the Temazcal for us, and she has been holding the sacred waters of this region for about 15 years and stewarding them as a water keeper here. And she will also be facilitating the introductory Mayan ceremony to kind of open the retreat. We also have Rafa and Alexandra, who will be facilitating a fire water experience for us in the cenote,
I
where we're actually going to get to hold fire in the palms of our hands, not like hold an instrument that's on fire, but actually hold the element of fire while we're submerged in the water. It's really powerful. It's a very alchemical experience. And they will also be doing some Janzu as well on that day. And we have Marina, who is an incredible photographer, underwater photographer. She's going to be doing a whole underwater photo shoot with us, and her images are just surreal and otherworldly, and the perfect way to kind of memorialize this transformative experience that people are going to have. Am I leaving anyone out? I think
sounds
that's everybody.
so cool. No, yeah, that's our crew. That's our team.
Yeah.
We've been having meetings and dialing this in and just coming up with this gorgeous experience for everyone. And this is yeah, the time, if this feels like something that you're interested in, we have tried to make it very affordable and accessible to come down just for that 5 nights, and we have an early bird special at the moment. So it's actually 300 off for the next few days until November 11th, till 11/11. So if this feels like an interest to you, something that you want to learn more about, you can DM me or Isabel here on Instagram, or you can go to either one of our link trees in the bio and check out the Water is Life retreat. I'm at bellaretreats.com.